ITheir TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
A very good morning to you. Welcome in. It is 5 o'clock. You have Kendra and Ryan here with you. A very busy morning. We're going to get out to Clay in just a moment on that breaking news where 2 people are confirmed dead. But we do want to begin with the weather because it is very windy out. We have some alerts going on, so let's go on over to Kate.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Very warm this morning, but it's not going to last. We bumped up to 55 degrees right now in Syracuse. Buffalo has already dropped, though, so you can see that cooler air that's already on the way. Detroit's at 33, Chicago at 14. So do not get used to this spring-like weather. It is not lasting even for just a couple of more hours. The rain is going to pick up. The wind has really been gusting all night long, gusts around 30, 40 plus miles per hour. Heavier rain pushing in now from Buffalo to Rochester, and we'll experience that during this morning commute time, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, and that's when our temperatures begin to drop. We're ending the day below freezing, very, very windy weather, and we'll be dealing with some scattered snow showers as well. So I'll have a full breakdown hour by hour with your timecast for today, but also the weekend coming up in a few minutes.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, a very good Friday morning. Our camera on our roof cam is hanging on for dear life here with some very gusty winds. We can see the clouds really racing on by here. It is 55 degrees right now at the Syracuse airport. Sustained winds around 20 miles per hour with gusts over 30 and 40 miles per hour. So this wind is with us throughout the day today. Our temperatures, we are peaking right now in the low to mid 50s all over New York State. Redfield and Woodgate and Camden in the upper 40s. So once we get past this morning, though, it is not going to be this warm the rest of the day. So don't let the 55 fool you because our temperatures, they are dropping even as quickly as about 9, 10 o'clock. You're going to notice a 10-degree drop here by lunchtime and then another 10 after that. So we are ending the day below freezing. You'll want your winter coats as you're heading out the door this morning. Later this afternoon, it's much colder and we continue the very gusty winds. In fact, we're expecting our winds to be even stronger later on this evening. Gusts over 40 miles per hour even in Syracuse, but for parts of the higher elevations could be as much as 50 plus miles per hour for this evening. And that's all because of this that is headed our way. We've been dealing with just some light rain showers, a little bit of a lull right now, but we can see this heavy batch of rain back to our west. That's what's moving over us this morning, and then we have snow filling in behind this for this afternoon and evening. So on the radar, we can notice more and more of this rain kind of moving in towards Ithaca and Cortland, but we are really going to be on this downpour during that morning commute time, picking up upwards of a ½ inch or more. A lot of ponding on the roads because whatever snowpack is still left behind, if that's clogging up any drains, well, then you're going to have a lot of puddles out there. Here's that heavy rain. We could even hear some thunder this morning. Not ruling that out. This is quickly moving on by. After 9 o'clock, we're going to change over from that rain to the snow for a lot of us, a wet, slushy snow. And then for the rest of the afternoon, it's not going to be a lot of snow for us, mostly for the Tug Hill. That's where we have some winter weather advisories going on. But for the rest of us, just occasional snow showers. But it's cold and it's windy. Wind chills in the teens at this point. This is going to keep up for the rest of tonight through tomorrow, very early tomorrow morning, and eventually fizzling out. Tomorrow's actually a fairly quiet day. It's not nearly as windy tomorrow. A little cloudy at times and temperatures in the low to mid 30s, but overall dry as well. So there's really not much snow happening for Syracuse. We'll pick up about a couple of inches at best by the end of the night. Tug Hill could see as much as 3 to 6 inches. But Saturday night into Sunday, our next clipper moving on through, we could actually be around 40 degrees again overnight, and then the cold front moves through. Another day where the temperatures tumble during the afternoon. We're spending the day in the 20s on Sunday and dealing with some of that lake effect snow. Now, most of that stays north of the thruway, only expecting a few inches out of that. And we're going to need a little bit of the snow for Sunday, Monday if we want a white Christmas, because temperatures, we are above freezing for Tuesday and Wednesday, with even the possibility of some rain on Tuesday. So we'll see if we can hang on to any of this snow in time for Christmas on Thursday.
Kate, thank you. Right now it is 5:14.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, we have some very gusty winds this morning, and we are eventually getting some rain in here. There's not much happening now, but some pretty heavy rain is happening out in western New York. That moves in here later this morning, giving us some soaking rain as you're heading out the door. And we are ending the day as some snow because our temperatures are dropping. But this wind, it is really whipping. Now, this morning when I left my house, my trash can was tipped over, but it was nearby. I had to move it because I knew if that wind gust caught it just right, well, it was going to be down the street. And that's what's going to happen for some of you with any of these loose items. Don't have your inflatables up today with those holiday decorations. We have gusts 40, even up to 50 miles per hour at times. Notice the wind shift, too, from the south to the west. That's because of that cold front, and that's what's bringing the temperatures down. Mid-50s right now, but after 9 o'clock, then we begin to fall. Now, it's not a real big drastic drop off, but it's going to take the day, but we end the day below freezing and we'll keep it chilly here. Now, how much snow we're thinking? About 1 to 3 inches for a lot of us in Syracuse and north of the Thruway. Tug Hill Plateau could see as much as 3 to 6 inches by the end of the day. We're pretty quiet tomorrow, mid-30s, but it's turning colder during the day Sunday with some snow showers, especially north of the Thruway. So very active day weather-wise. Big thing is that it's so warm outside right now, but also not to get used to it because we are turning colder later on today. It is 55 degrees right now at the Syracuse airport. Buffalo's at 43. They were at 51 about a half hour ago. So we're already noticing that cooler air rushing in from the west. This system moves on by today, giving us rain for the morning commute, ending as snow showers, but also giving us some very, very windy weather. So at the bus stop, you'll want to send the kids off with the warm waterproof coats. May not feel that bad this morning, but it's going to be a downpour at the bus stop this morning. And then we're coming home about 20 degrees colder and temperatures below freezing and changing over to those snow showers.
Thank you, Kate.
The Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, good morning, everybody. We've got a live view right now in Oswego, and you can see that camera kind of shaking around a little bit. Very, very gusty winds, over 30, 40, even up to 50 miles per hour in some spots. It's very wet outside as we look from the Cab V Skynet 9 camera. We are sitting at 55 degrees. We have a very, very decent southeast wind right now, and gusts even higher than that. Temperatures, we are right in what's called the warm sector, which is in between a warm front and a cold front, with mid-50s, a few 40s still in some spots, but this is as warm as it gets. From now until about 9 o'clock, we're in the 50s, and then our cold front moves through here, and our temperatures start to go down. It's already in the 40s out in Buffalo, so that's what's on the way here in just a little bit. We are ending the day below freezing, so you want the winter coats as you head out the door this morning. Doesn't feel bad now, but as you're coming home from school and work, though, it's going to be much colder. And it's also very windy. We have very gusty winds this morning. There's a little bit of a break midday before those winds ramp right back up and actually are going to be even stronger for tonight. Things then will settle down for tomorrow. But here's the big picture. We have this little bit of rain, not much rain now, but it's on the way. We have this line of some heavy downpours out in western New York, western Pennsylvania right now, and then you see that transition over to the snow upwind of us. And so that's all what's on the way. So rain is already starting to come down pretty good from Sodus over towards Savannah, northern Cayuga County, filling in now from Ithaca to Cortland. We're going to notice this more and more as the day goes on, picking up upwards of a ½ inch to an inch of rain or more in some spots. So let's time it out for you. You see the reds on there? That's telling me that there may even be some thunder going on this morning. So really heavy rain between about 8 and 9 o'clock this morning. So prime time for a lot of kids to be getting on the bus. Send them off waterproof this morning and warm. I know doesn't feel bad now, but things are going to turn much, much colder though later today. 40s by lunchtime. 30s when we're coming home from school and work, and we're dealing with some snow showers. Now, there's not a lot of snow. That's kind of the good thing. We're not expecting blockbuster snow squalls or anything like that. There will be several inches of snowfall for the Tug Hill, but for the rest of us, there's not a whole lot happening. A little bit of some steady snow from central and northern Oneida County for this evening, and then things will slowly kind of fizzle out overnight. And we're keeping it actually pretty quiet tomorrow. Not nearly as windy tomorrow. It's still chilly, though, in the 30s. With just a little bit of that wind chill going on. So as far as forecast snowfall. I think everyone is fair game for at least a coating, and then you're going to have some pockets of about 1, 2, maybe up to 3 inches, but it's the Tug Hill area that has the best chance of seeing 3 or more inches of snowfall. Then for Sunday, we got a little clipper moving through. Overnight Saturday, Sunday morning, highs around 40, and then we drop. We're in the 20s. It's cold on Sunday and windy again, and we got that lake effect snow just kind of hanging on mostly north of the thruway. Tug Hill could see about another 3 to 6, 4 to 8 inches by Sunday night. Still a few more snow showers on Monday. We need this snow this weekend to stick around in order to get that white Christmas. We have highs in the mid-30s coming at us Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. In today's Tech Bites.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, welcome back on this Friday morning. We are looking live right now from the Cab V Skynet 9 camera. Our camera is shaking around a little bit. We have some very, very gusty winds outside. We are awaiting the rain. It's starting to move in here. It's very warm. We are at 54. We were at 55 just a few minutes ago, but temperatures are going to slowly drop from this point on. So we have mid-50s, but do not let that fool you. It's warm. It's very windy. Our wind is from the south. We have 44 mile-per-hour wind gusts right now in Tully and 33 mile-per-hour wind gusts in Jordan right now. Our temperatures, they are as warm as they are going to get, not only today, but probably for a little while. And then we are dropping. Mid-afternoon, we're in the 40s, and then after school, after work, we are in the 30s. We drop below freezing after sunset tonight. Wind speeds. It's windy now, but it's actually going to get stronger later on. There's a little lull in the wind around lunchtime, and then it ramps back up again. Gusts 30, 40, 50 miles per hour for tonight. That's all because of this right here. So we are in the warm front, the warm sector right now. Very heavy rainfall filling in from western New York, and we're already noticing some snow. Cold front has already moved through Buffalo. We got the second front pushing through central Ohio right now. Each one's knocking temperatures down, and we'll eventually see that changeover from the rain to the snow. The rain is starting to pick up right now just along the shoreline of Oswego, parts of the Finger Lakes. The real heavy stuff is still out in western New York, and we'll see about a ½ inch to an inch of rainfall before this is all wrapped up here. So it's enough to really cause a lot of pounding on the roads, dropping that visibility. It's going to be a very, very dark morning. Even though it's warm outside, doesn't feel bad, but have your winter coats and waterproof for you today. It's very rainy this morning, and then we are ending the day when everyone's coming home. It's much colder as well. So you're going to want to be warm and waterproof today. 40s at lunchtime. This is where we catch a little bit of a break in things. Then some snow showers pick up a little bit here, but most of it is staying well off to our north from Oswego to Oneida counties. So for any of you from Oswego, Pulaski, Mexico, Lowville, Camden, even going down towards Hannibal, you guys will see most of the snow happening for tonight and then eventually fizzling out by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's actually a pretty quiet day tomorrow, relatively speaking. It's not as windy. It's not as cold. We got temperatures in the 30s, and then we'll keep things quiet as well. How much snow are we going to get today? Well, it's not a lot. Most of us in the blue area, only just a few inches, but the Tug Hill could see as much as 3 to 6 inches of snow. And then let's talk about Sunday real quick, because it's another one of those days where it's warm overnight and then turns colder during the day. And we have a better chance of dealing with some of these snow squalls, but a lot of this, again, staying north of the thruway. And we'll see upwards of about 3 to 6 inches of snow again for the Tug Hill. A few snow showers on Monday. Here's the thing, guys. We need the snow that we're picking up the next couple of days. We need it to stick around to get that white Christmas, because we do have mid-30s and some rain, so it may be a bit of a white-ish.
Okay.
So you still see some green patches, but then the snowbanks.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of a 50-50 for white Christmas, so we'll see.
All right. Well, we know it's a tough day with some real hard headlines. Of course, we will continue to follow those stories, but we do want to try to bring a smile to your morning with our question of the day.
Today is National Ugly
Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, we have some rain starting to move into the area. The rain is really going to pick up here, though, within about an hour or two. Very heavy downpours, and then our temperatures will start to fall. We are in the 50s right now, but after 9 o'clock, we're already dropping to the 40s, and we keep going down from there. So it's turning colder, and it's windy. We have very high wind gusts right now, and the wind is getting even stronger. We're looking at gusts 30, 40-plus miles per hour for this evening, and then that wind will start to settle down a little bit during the day tomorrow. It's still breezy breezy, but at least not quite as windy as it is today. Behind today's rain, we have some of that snow. Just a couple of inches. There's really not a lot of snow. It's mostly up in the Tug Hill, but enough just to kind of freshen things up around here because we had a lot of snow melt. My poor snowman's head fell off.
Oh.
My kids were so just sad. They were like, "Where's Olaf?" I'm like, "That's what happens when it's 50 outside, guys. It melts."
Yeah.
So we'll tack on a little bit more snow today, a little bit more on Sunday too, especially north of the Thruway. Tug Hill again, seeing kind of the most snow up there. So we'll see if we can tack on just a little bit to for Santa to land on for next week.
Soften the landing, for sure. Today is National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day.
Photographer got to the scene. He could see deputies putting up police tape. From our video, the home is badly damaged. We'll continue to update you as we learn more.
Yeah, you can see investigators still on scene right now, and that home still taped off right now. Let's go on over to Kate, who's tracking a very windy Friday for us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's windy and it's warm outside. Our temperatures, we have mid-50s right now, so it feels like spring out there, but we are just launching ourselves right back into that wintry weather by the end of the day. So don't get used to the 40s. Buffalo has really dropped here. They're now at 39. When I had this map up an hour and a half ago, they were in the mid-50s. And so we're going to see that same drop. Rochester has now shifted to the west. Very gusty winds. Everyone has gusts over 30 miles per hour, 51 mile per hour wind gusts right now in Watertown. So cold fronts are racing through here. This is going to give us some pretty heavy rain around 8 o'clock this morning during that busy morning commute time when kids are getting on the bus. It is going to be a downpour out there, and that's when temperatures drop, sending you and yourself, your kids, all out the door with warm, waterproof clothing, because waterproof for this morning, but warm for later on today, and we'll keep the wind gusts with us till tonight.
Yeah, let's talk about those wind gusts right now. Kate mentioned the wind advisories. Wind gusts causing some power outages overnight, but it looks like things are starting to improve, actually. Right now, it looks like just only a handful of outages in Onondaga County. That number was up to about 1,000 overnight, so things look to be improving right now. It looks like the rest of the folks who are still in the dark, they'll have their power back on around 9:45 this morning.
In Cortland County, Cortland police are investigating a woman.
This is a Storm Team Alert, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Alrighty, here's what it looks like right now out over downtown Syracuse, and our camera is really bopping around for us as we have some pretty strong wind gusts. Our temperature is very warm. It is 54 degrees. It feels like spring outside, but nope, we have a southeast wind. That is all going to change here. So even though it feels very warm, it's 57 right now in Jordan. We have wind gusts 30, 40 plus miles per hour. It's been over 50 miles per hour up in Watertown, where we do have a high wind warning going on. But our 50s, it's not lasting for too much longer. In fact, we only have a couple of more hours and then down we go. We're spending the afternoon in the 40s and this evening in the 30s, eventually dropping below freezing after sunset tonight. The wind is still very much with us. Gusts over 30 and 40 miles per hour. There's a little lull in the wind right around noontime, but then it ramps right back up and becomes pretty strong again later on this evening. So definitely want to have your outdoor holiday decorations nice and secured as we have this system, pretty large one, pretty strong one too, rolling on through here. We have our rain starting to move in. There's still not much happening in Syracuse, but very heavy line of rain just getting into the Finger Lakes right here. So that's looking at inch per hour rainfall right there, anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch of rain before the end of the day. So this is going to create a lot of ponding on the roads. You had the snow melt from the last couple of days. You probably still have some hard snowpacks that could be blocking some drainage areas, but also because of the timing of everything, you know, the sun is only up for maybe a ½ hour at this point, so it's still going to be quite dark outside, but a downpour for that morning commute time right up and down 81 here at 8 o'clock this morning, when a lot of kids might be trying to catch the bus too. So warm and waterproof. I know it's 50s, but you're going to want the warm coat for later today. Everything kind of settles down around noontime for a little bit before that colder air is rushing back in. 30s for this evening, and that's going to spark off our lake effect snow shower. So most of our snow is between Pulaski and Watertown for this evening, kind of slowly dropping down over Oswego, Mexico, kind of just south of that 104 corridor, moving over into Oneida County, and then we'll just be in and out of these snow showers for the rest of the evening. And then things will settle down a little bit for tomorrow. It's pretty quiet. We'll even see some sunshine for tomorrow, but it's still cold with highs in the 30s and more clouds moving in later in the day. So there's not going to be a lot of snow happening today, just maybe an inch or two for most of us, but closer to the Tug Hill, as much as 3 to 6 inches of snowfall. Let me talk about Sunday real quick. You know, it is the weekend, big weekend's the last one before Christmas. Maybe if you're doing any shopping, you know, Saturday's going to be the better of the 2 weekend days, because Sunday is another situation where we turn colder, it's getting windy, and we'll be in and out of these snow showers. Now, you'll certainly be able to get out and about. Snow's not going to slow you down on Sunday, but you'll have some spots east of the lake where you'll pick up at least a few inches of some of that snow, in particular for the Tug Hill Plateau. All right, let's take you into Monday. Still some scattered snow showers around Tuesday. A little bit of rain, a little bit of snow mixing in. Quiet on Wednesday for Christmas Eve, and looking mostly rainy for Christmas Day on Thursday.
Okay. Well, speaking of Christmas, it is National...
We are tracking rain right now. Very heavy rain. We got one very skinny line of some downpours pushing through parts of western Finger Lakes, and it's moving towards Syracuse, up and down 81 here around 8 o'clock this morning. Pretty quiet right now, except for the wind. We have very gusty winds over 40 miles per hour. That rain is really going to pick up for your morning commute, and temperatures are going down. It may feel like spring right now, but do not let that fool you. Have your winter gear. We'll keep it chilly this weekend with additional snow showers in our forecast.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us on this very busy Friday morning. For News Anytime, localsyr.com. Take care.